morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review. Looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Thursday the 3rd of June. Coming straight into Bitcoin against US dollar, mixed start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 37,244 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 38,555. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 38,000 levels and break out from yesterday's high, sitting at 38,222. So barring an extended rally on day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rally, should see Bitcoin target the 38.2% fib at 41,592. Second major resistance level sits at 39,533. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 36,266 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should still well clear of sub 35 levels. Second major support level sits at 34,955. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histogram after yesterday's late bearish cross, supporting this early morning pullback. On the EMAs, however, the 50 has narrowed in further onto the 200 while pulling away further from the 100, suggesting further upside ahead. So look out for a bullish cross there. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 37,244 and break back through to 38,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the pivot at 2687 to break back through the 38.2% fib at 2740 to then take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 2822. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through to 2800 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ethereum target 3000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2938. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2572 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should continue to avoid sub 2400 levels. Second major support level at 2437 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histograms after yesterday's late bearish cross, suggesting some downside ahead. On the EMAs, bullish indicator, however, after the 100 broke through the 200, with the 50 EMA holding its ground. So key through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 2687, break back through the 38.2% fib at 2740, and move back through to 2800 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 186 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 193. Going to need to see plenty of support for Litecoin to break back through to 190s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 195 to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rally, should see Litecoin target 210s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 199. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level 180 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 170s. We've got the 62% fib at 174 and the second major support level at 173 to limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we had a bearish cross at the turn of the day supporting this early pullback. On the EMAs, however, the 50 has narrowed on the 200 and pulled away from the 100, suggesting further upside ahead. So key will be to move back through the pivot at 186 and break back through to 190s to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move back through the pivot at 1.0188 to take a run at the first major resistance level, so at 1.0569. Going to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high. It was at 1.04883. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.1s before any pullback. Second major resistance level is at 1.087. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 0.9887 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.95s. Second major support level at 0.9506 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histogram after yesterday's late bearish cross, supporting this early morning pullback. On the EMAs, the 100 has widened the gap from the 200 after yesterday's bullish cross, while the 50 has flattened. So I need to keep an eye on that through the morning. So key will be to move back through the pivot at 1.0188 and break out from yesterday's high 1.04883 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, and support levels will be in play.